Now, when I went online and when I was doing my research and I was making some phone calls, right, I got a couple stories in other national forests, but I didn't want to use those because I want to stay within the Smoky Mountains, right? So I got two stories that came out. However, one of them I'm not going to use. At the last minute, I changed my mind, and I'm going to tell you the reasons why. I was reached out to by somebody from Irwin. And, you know, I have people that watch my show. I'm not going to dime them out. I don't want to put their business out there, who happen to actually live in Irwin, Tennessee, right? So it's funny how the world works, that I know people in certain places. And so I questioned the person respectively, like, hey, look, man, so tell me your story. He told me the story. He said he had an encounter, him and his wife had an encounter with two feral people in Irwin. He said one night they caught him looking through their windows when they were inside. They went outside with a shotgun. And the next night or something like that, he says that he was stalking his wife, and that was his story. And I'm like, I'm going to need a little bit more detail on that, man. Dates, times. He's like, well, all I'm going to tell you is it happened in 2019. So, bro, respectively, at the last minute, I decided I'm not going to use your story, man. It's too vague. It's too generic. I'm not saying your story is not real. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just, you know what, man, I need a little bit more. I need a little bit more meat on those potatoes before I run with it. So the story I'm going to run with tonight is an incident that took place at Big Creek. Now, Great Smoky Mountains National Park, Big Creek. Actually, the Big Creek interest, right? It's in Cosby, Tennessee. Chat, Tennessee people, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Cosby, Tennessee is 2 hours or an hour and a half southeast of Johnson City. That's my best point of reference I could use down there. And it's very interesting that it was the Big Creek area that had the place, because the Big Creek area in the Great Smoky Mountains is actually a entrance into a very, very, very deeper backcountry regions of the Smokies heading towards the Western North Carolina mountain range, right? So yeah, that's the story I'm going to talk to you about right now tonight, right? And this story came up. I did a lot of triple checking on it, man. It seems to check out right. I'm gonna leave some of the more you know, bombastic, you know, hyper parts of it, right? It's next to Newport. Thanks, Robert. So it's next to Newport, Cosby, Tennessee, or I'm sorry, the Big Creek incident's next to Newport, Tennessee. So the story goes a little bit something like this, man. A former park ranger was working in the Big Creek area of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park around 2022. Well, I know 2018 is what I think it came in. Not 2022, right? 2018, right? He was down there. And he actually got transferred to that area from another national park somewhere out in the West, which I couldn't find where he originally came from, but he was a transfer. He didn't grow up in that area. He was originally from Minnesota, got a job somewhere as a national forest, you know, person, took a promotion and traveled to Tennessee and took the promotion there. So he was not familiar. He was familiar with the wilderness, but he wasn't familiar with the Smoky Mountains in particular. And if you've been to the Ozark Mountains or the Rocky Mountains or the Tennessee Mountains, you would think they're the same. They're actually not. They're very, very, very different. And it's hard to describe that the Appalachian mountain range has a feeling about it. It's the only way I can describe it, man. A feeling. The scaredest I've ever been was in the Appalachian mountain range. I've told this story before. I was checking on somebody's deer stand for him. Me and this other guy, and something put fear in my heart for some unknown reason, right? So the Appalachian is different, right? So he wasn't familiar with it, but you know what? He wanted the promotion. He had a family. He was looking forward to it. He loved his job, right? So he took the job at Big Creek, right? Or in that area. He was stationed in Big Creek, right?
Subscribe now and turn on notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.